Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Kamala Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyayesi buke ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngala ma-shows siyaphinda-ke futhi sikhuluma ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining me today and you really like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi. You guys, there is a saying ethandwa abantu kakhulu when it comes to issues of ama-relationships. People would say indaba zababili azingenwa, and this is something that has been said even dealing with the story siyacela noThando on Isencane Lengane, and he has said it himself ukuthi abantu abangazingeni indaba zababili azingenwa. Even uThando herself has said it, and a lot of the times, you guys, it will look like it's not a good idea to get involved in the issues of the two people that are in a relationship or that are in love, because a lot of the times when they decide that they're going to make up and forgive each other, you are left alone being the one that has a problem. But, I'm wondering if there is ever a time where it is okay to actually involve yourself ey'ndabeni zabantu ababili. Is it ever okay ukuthi uzingene iy'ndaba zababili, or do we have to wait until somebody has died for us to involve ourselves in everything that happens in that relationship? Because the story that I'm going to do today, you guys, it's one of those stories where earlier on in the story, of course, you would have believed that it wasn't a good idea to involve yourself in the issues of that relationship. I guess even people that were close to this couple probably felt that way, indaba zababili ungazingeni, because they have had issues. They had issues for a long time. They've even exposed each other on social media, and then they will go back and forgive each other. So I'm sure that people, friends, family, everybody was feeling like that, ukuthi indaba zababili azingenwa. But now a situation was happening where one partner has lost her life. Somebody has lost, a daughter, somebody has lost a mother, somebody has lost a friend. There are people that have lost an aunt, maybe a sister, somebody close to them, because this woman has actually passed. So now I'm wondering if wherever they are feeling like, meaning that the people that were close to this couple, I wonder wherever they are feeling like they wish that they had minded their business. They had minded the business of these two people, even though they knew that it is believed that you mustn't get involved. So I'm wondering if really honestly, with people around us and people that are in our lives, our family members, our friends that are in relationships that we can clearly see that they are not good for them, do we have to wait for them to lose their lives before we involve ourselves in their business? Is there anything that we can do while they are still alive to save them? Is it really like correct for us to always say, do not involve yourself in the things of the two people that are in love? I'm just wondering, you guys, because once the person has died in a relationship, now we start talking about their relationship. Now we start talking about what was wrong with their relationship. People start mentioning the things that they had seen happen in their relationship. This person saw them arguing. This person saw them maybe even hitting each other. This person, I never thought that this one was good for her because he seemed to be, obsessed with her, and now we seem to know more about this couple and their relationship and what was happening in their relationship more than even we did when they were alive. There are voiceovers now that are going around, the recordings of what was happening in their relationship, something that was recorded when both of them were still alive, but nobody had this recording, and it wasn't distributed like it's being distributed now, because of course abantu bebengazingeni indaba zababili. Now she has passed, and now we are distributing that recording. Now we are talking about what was happening in their relationship. Now we are going back to that story when she actually went online and exposed what was happening in her relationship, and then went back to the relationship. Now I am wondering if there wasn't a time for people around these two people people ukuthi bazingene indaba zabo at that time? Do we really have to wait for people to die ukuthi sizingene indaba zabo? Because it seemed like that's what it ends up happening. It's like you are watching a car accident and you know it's about to happen, but there's nothing you can do about it, and you just watch. Is there anything that with people around us and with people close to us we can do so that if you see that a person is in a relationship like this, you can avoid this from happening? Or is it a situation where even when you can see that something like this is about to happen, there's nothing that you can do? This is why we make so much noise with Isencane Lengane and Ntando. Of course, you know the TV shows are entertainment to us, but you can see the red flags in that relationship, you guys. It's almost similar to this one, that something happens, they fight, they forgive each other, and they tell the people what people must not involve themselves in indabeni zabo, and then of course people take a step back. But and then one day when something like this happens, we're going to be talking about how we saw it coming. Of course, we saw Siyacela being abusive to Thando. Why didn't whoever do something? Why didn't this person do something? When something could have been done while they were still alive. I wish that honestly we were allowed to intervene in people's relationships sometimes. Like if a person doesn't want to get out of the relationship, that everybody can see it's not good for them, that we can have a way to just force them out of a relationship. Because honestly, it's like counting down the days of somebody being alive when they're in a relationship like this, because you know anything can happen when there's violence in a relationship. You know that there are possibilities that somebody would lose their lives, and once they lose their lives, is like now you wish you would have done something, but then there's something to do at that time. It's very sad, you guys, to watch. And also with these relationships as well, I'm starting to wonder honestly, when you find yourself in this kind of a relationship, what is a better way to do? Because we've seen people that have lost their lives trying to get out of their relationship, and then we've seen people that have lost their lives having gotten out of a relationship. They move out, they are done with the relationship, and the person is upset that they have done that and they kill them. Some people stay in a relationship and they still lose their lives. So it's almost like once you are in this kind of a relationship, it's difficult to save your life. Sometimes it's like people would say walk out, but sometimes it's dangerous to walk out, but sometimes it's even dangerous to stay. And I think that it maybe that's the reason why it's so important that when you initiate a relationship with somebody, when you start a relationship with somebody, that you watch out for red flags. Anything that feels to you like it's a red flag, like just move away from that person as early as possible before they feel like they are entitled to your presence in their lives. Because once they feel like that, then it's dangerous either way. Whether you stay in the relationship or you leave a relationship, it's still dangerous for you and you might lose your life either way. So this story makes me really sad, you guys, because of course this lady at some point did look like she was trying to do the right thing when it came to her relationship, because she was in a violent relationship. From everything that has been reported, there was a time when she went online and exposed this comedian, saying that he was abusive not only to her but to her daughter, I believe. And then after that she went back to him, and now there was a case that was going on between the two, and she decided that, you know, she wanted to forgive him and didn't go ahead with the case, and then she lost her life, you know. And it's really, really sad, you guys, because you can imagine that even people that support you in your life, when you do something like that and people are like, do the right thing, you know, go and report him, and you report him, and then one day you're like, no, you know, I'm withdrawing the charges and all of that, then that irritates the people in your life, and it makes people feel like, you know what, we don't care anymore. So this story comes from the Moja and it's written by Sibonelo Zwane. It says, not a laughing matter, comedian arrested after wife's death. Okay, it says a well-known Limpopo comedian has been arrested in connection with the death of his wife on Saturday, a day after she dropped domestic violence charges against him. A day after, you guys. Libuwani Mdletshe, popularly known as SABC Livu, was out on bail on domestic violence charges when his wife withdrew the case on Friday. The wife, Mia Muofhe Nengovela, was found dead in a water-filled pit toilet in their house in Mangodi, Hasidowi, Tohoyando in Limpopo on Saturday morning. It's alleged that SABC Livu has been abusing his wife for years, but she kept forgiving him and dropping the charges she laid against him. In 2021, Mia accused Livu of disciplining their oldest daughter by locking her in a dog kennel where she was mauled and injured by an animal. Mia went on to claim that Libu physically and emotionally abused her and brought women to their matrimonial home in her presence. Soon after making the allegations, the wife was back with Libu and went on to post a video on social media telling fans who were supportive of her to stay out of their business. And you see what I'm saying here? She reported him because he was being abusive, and obviously, I mean, a lot of people in your life are going to support you. Even just people online, strangers online are going to support you, because nobody really supports domestic violence. Nobody supports GBV. Nobody wants a woman to be abused in their relationship. There are people that are going to support you. And then if you come back and say, mind your own business, people are going to take a step back, and next time you come out and say this person is being abusive to me, nobody's going to have time for that. People have other things to do, and then they're going to mind their business. And then when they start minding their business, that's when your life is really in danger, because now he knows that you're not going to get as much support as you did the first time. Okay. And every time that happens, you get less and less and less support. Even people that really care about you, that know for a fact that you are being abused, will stop supporting you. Okay. Just a couple of hours after Libu's wife dropped the charges against him, the comedian bragged about how weak South African justice system was for his wife to make a case disappear that easily. On social media, Libu posted a video with his wife in the car when he made the comments, "The case has disappeared. It's over. We have bought drinks to celebrate," he said in Venda. He went on to post a picture of himself and his wife and captioned it, "The biggest thing is to love your better half regardless of your differences. If you listen to witches, you will suffer." Hashtag the winning team. Listen, you guys, of course, like, the person that is abusive in a relationship is going to feel like the people that, are supporting their partner in reporting them are witches, or there's just people that don't like them to be together. It's the same thing that Lucia said in the interview, to say the thing is, people speak for Thando, but Thando doesn't think that she's being abused. And honestly, Thando confirmed that in the episode. By the way, we are still going to do the full review of the episode, because we only did the review of the interview. So he was basically saying the same thing, that it's other people that actually don't want them together. It's other people that are worried about him being abusive to Thando, but Thando doesn't think that, So it says here, Libu is not new to controversy. In 2017, Libu made headlines when he faked his mother's death for cash in a funeral insurance. He went to to the extent of erecting a tombstone with his mother's name, date and birth, and date of death on it. Like, guys, like I say, okay, that once you are in these relationships, it's hard to know which is the safest for you, because walking out of a relationship can get you killed. Also, staying in the relationship can get you killed too. So a better thing actually is to watch out as early as possible in a relationship for the red flags. So make sure that you watch out when you meet somebody. If you feel like something is a red flag, just assume that it is a red flag and move away from that person. Because even this one in 2017, he lied about his mother dying. Who does that, for insurance? Even erected a tombstone. Who erects a tombstone of his mother while his mother is alive? somebody that does that is not okay. Who wants to be with a person like that? It's just something that as a woman you have to look at and be like, this is not somebody that I need to be with. This has nothing to do with their relationship, but it's one of those things that as a woman, when somebody has done something like that, it should tell you that this is not the person that you should be wanting to spend time with. And then it says, Limpopo police said in a statement that they received a call from the suspect. By the way, the husband at this point is a suspect because it hasn't been proven that he is the one that actually took his wife's life. Limpopo police said in a statement that they received a call from the suspect alleging that he found his wife's body in a pit toilet on Saturday morning. He claimed that he couldn't locate his wife on Friday evening and was shocked to find her dead in a pit toilet in their yard. This is yet another incident of gender-based violence and femicide perpetrated against the vulnerable members of society. The woman obviously trusted her husband that he would not again physically torment her, but she is now no more. We urge community members having domestic challenges to seek help and desist from resorting to violence, said Limpopo Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Thembi Hadebe. We urge community members having domestic challenges to seek help and desist from resorting to violence. Libu is expected to appear in Ntando Magistrate Court on Monday, 30 January, on murder charges. Is it possible that this woman really just died? Maybe she fell into a pit on her own and he did not kill her? I mean, I guess, you guys, there is a small possibility, but judging from the history and of violence in their relationship, I mean, I'm just believing that there is a possibility that he really did kill her. And it said that he did it right after she dropped the charges. SABC reported that what actually happened is that they did have an ongoing case, and when it was about to go on trial, both the partners opted for mediation. Mediation meaning that they are choosing to actually sit down and talk to each other and agree to forgive each other and move on with their relationship. And that is exactly what this lady said. She said that she had forgiven her husband and she wanted to move on with her life with her husband. And of course the court did not have a right to move ahead with the trial if that's what they were choosing. So they said on SABC that they chose mediation. So that's the results. That's actually what happened. So in the mediation, of course, they decided that they wanted to forgive each other and move ahead with their lives. I wish that the judge actually had the right to say, you know what, that's why I'm saying that sometimes, even though there is that belief, but I feel like I wish that sometimes people were allowed to go to, because I wish that judge had the right to say, listen, I feel like this particular situation is too dangerous for you, so mediation is not an option for you. We have to go ahead with the trial. And but then maybe that would have been a waste of resources, because this woman would have come there in court and maybe not even want to testify against her husband. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so interested to know what you think about this issue in the comment section. But honestly, it is said that relationships can take your life, basically. But rest in peace, you guys. To this lady, honestly, I believe that she is a mom, and obviously she is somebody's daughter, she is somebody's friend, she's somebody's sibling maybe, and there's so many people that have lost someone here, all because she just couldn't get out of this relationship. And honestly, this guy, if he did this, I hope that honestly he rots in jail. I really do hope that. But I hope that for everybody, especially like young people who are starting out when it comes to relationships and they're getting into relationships, this is honestly a warning to all of us that, when you start seeing those red flags, just walk away. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando.